Hey folks, welcome back, and we are going to look at the new shops from Chase. Now, if you've seen rumors about the Chase Sapphire Reserve, I put up a video about it. It's the talk of the town here on the YouTube credit card space. One of the things that showed up was a $250 credit at the shops that nobody knew what the shops was. We have some indication of what it is. So newly launched on Chase, inside of Chase, there's a new shopping portal called The Shops. Now, here's the brand directory for The Shops at Chase. As you can see, brand directory. Don't worry about my point total up there. I had to log into my account to access this. So, what do we get? We get Bang & Olufsen, we got Baccarat, we got Briding, Callaway, Calpac, Cuisinart, Dyson, Samsonite, Smeg. Smeg is stupid. I went and looked at it myself. Solo Stoves, Sony, Therabody, Tory Burch, Toomey, Ray-Ban, and that is the extent of things, right? If you're thinking, oh, maybe they'll get like epic value, not so much. So if we go to, let's just go to Cuisinart. We're going to go to Cuisinart here, and if we're at Cuisinart, we will see that your value here is a $900 16 bottle private reserve dual wine cellar set would be $900 for 90,000 points. $330 air fryer, 33,000 points. Single center 12 cup coffee machine, coffee maker, $435, 34,500 points. This is what you're getting at the shops. So we're going to keep going here. So this is the extent of what you're going to be getting. So that's the shops. That's what you're going to be getting your $250 credit for if you spend $75,000 on the Chase Sapphire Reserve going forward, according to the rumor. Now, again, the rumor could be wrong. Maybe the rumor is not 100%. We'll have to see. But as of right now, this is the shops, brand new, and paired with other things that kind of indicate that the rumor is true. Let's operate on the assumption that the rumor is true. What does this mean for the Sapphire Reserve? The annual fee goes from $550 to $795, obviously. Your multipliers in the portal are going to go from 5x for flights to 8x for flights. Your hotels and rental cars go from 10 down to 8. However, I still think this is going to potentially be a net win as long as Chase continues to expand out their capability of earning points, earning base points with the hotels that you book through the portal. And right now they have Omni Hotels, Virgin, Citizen M, and if they keep expanding that to potentially other brands that they're partners with, like IHG, Marriott, etc., that will be less of a pain point than potentially the current portal is. So I do think that could net out to be a win, especially if you, holding the Sapphire Reserve, you do get some status with Avis and National Rent-A-Car. If you're able to book with Avis and National Rent-A-Car through the portal, get 8 times points with Chase, so 8 times ultimate reward points. You can negate out the points that you'd earn with Avis and National, and maybe you add another partner in there. Now you're gaining more points with your biggest expenses when doing vacations. So that could still be a plus. Now, losing general travel is still a net negative. I still don't see the rationale from going from all other travel from 3x to 1x. I do not understand that. That still does not make any sense whatsoever. I don't know what's happening there. And a floor of 1 cent per point is still fine. A redemption floor in the portal now at 1.5 cents per point is interesting because now those flights and hotel bookings, if they can gain nights and status and your points to your like base points with Hilton or IHG or whoever, if they add those programs, now you go from 8x to 12x because you'll be redeeming points, and points are cash bookings, and your nights would count toward status and etc. So that 8 becomes a virtual 12, your 8 in flights becomes a virtual 12, and since those are cash bookings with the flight in the eyes of the flights, especially United, now you're going to be getting 12 cents per point back, and you're going to be getting all of your flight credits and miles with your various airlines of choice. So that is also pretty compelling. So now the value prop is a bit more interesting. You're going to get the $300 StubHub credit. Let's say it's semi-annual. That's annoying, but whatever. $150. You can still do pretty well on StubHub at various events, be they baseball, hockey, NBA, WNBA, WSL, PWHL. If those are all on StubHub now, great. If you can find cheap Grand Prix tickets, that would work out as well on StubHub. So you do get that $150 credit each half of the year. The edit, I still think, should just be a $500 all-in-one. You should be able to do an $800 credit by mashing the edit and the travel credit together and just have a really nice night somewhere. Earn 3 times points on everything after $800 and still get a night counted toward whatever ecosystem you're in and build out your points in the ecosystem of choice from there. That would be a plus, but, you know, they're choosing to do 250 and 250 is what it is. So the more I think about it, the more I can rationalize and justify some of these credits where I would love to use the edit in conjunction with the $300 travel credit. All other travel is still going to count toward your $300, so there you go. If DoorDash just becomes a simple $25 credit instead of the 3 coupons now, that's a net win. I'm still thinking there will be an Instacart credit on the Sapphire cards of some sort, and Instacart Plus will be included with the Sapphire Reserve, I have to imagine. So let's kind of keep rationalizing here because that's all I can do. The $75,000 spend threshold just seems absolutely ridiculous. The shops, which I just showed at the top of this video, does absolutely nothing for me. The $500 Southwest credit, big whoop. You can get $300 travel credit with the airline of your choice through the through the travel portal and earn 8 points per dollar on every dollar after that $300. So what is so great about $500 with Southwest A-List for $75,000 in spend? I should be getting A-List preferred. IHG Diamond, I still think no status is being attached to this card without spending $75,000 is a big mistake. If IHG Gold or IHG Platinum is included with $795, I don't need to worry about spending to Diamond, right? I'm not going to spend $75,000 to get to Diamond when I could pursue Diamond on my own or get the $99 cards from IHG and get Diamond after $40K in spend. So I'm not really worried about IHG Diamond. And then the $250 of shops credit. The shops is brand new. It is barely stocked. You saw Tumi, you saw Ray-Ban, you saw Cuisinart. There's luxury-ish brands there, don't get me wrong. You can get a Sony TV for 100,000 points. Nice, but that's $1,000. There's no elevated redemption capability inside the shops. If that were included, that would be more interesting to me than the current $250 coupon that you'll get for spending $75,000. So the shops from Chase has launched. It is a slightly higher end retail network than the current Shop Through Chase, which you earn additional points on Shop Through Chase, whereas you will earn no additional points with the shops from Chase, but you can redeem your points at 1 cent per point. I don't know, man. It's not great. We'll just have to see what ends up happening there. Now, overall, I think the shops is a non-starter. I can almost convince myself that the portal is going to be fine. I can almost convince myself that the multiplier changes in the portal are fine. I don't know about the 4x on flights and hotels only. I still think 3x for other travel should be an option. Like, they're not drastically changing the point mechanism, and it's not like they're raising the floor on redemptions in the portal from 1.5 to 2 that would fundamentally change everything, right? So I still think that losing 3x travel is stupid. The Sapphire tables, I've added that to my Open Table app. It's interesting. You do get some select areas there, but it's not associated with Chase Dining, which was the former 10 times point earnings. So that's probably going away. I don't know if you're going to get that 10 times at the locations that are inside of the Chase, the new $150 credit or $300 credit that's mentioned on the website. Or on the rumor. Sorry, this isn't live yet. So this may go live tomorrow. This may go live next week. I don't know when this is going live. Like, I'm still locked in at 550 for this year. So kudos to me for that. I'm curious to see what else will happen. Net wins would be adding additional hotel partners in the portal to not only get nights and credit in the edit, but nights and credit in Chase Travel. That will be huge. Going from 5 to 8 for flights, super useful, especially because that would be 12 cent per point redemptions based off of I booked a cash flight at 8 times points per dollar. Now I'm redeeming for 12 cents per dollar, basically, because 8 times 1.5 is 12. So that would be huge. You're going to get status through booking through the portal on flights. That works out. Maybe there's something else coming in terms of rental status. I don't know. But the shop's underwhelming. $75,000 in spend completely falls flat on its face. I can talk myself into some of the other credits. I still think there's an Instacart credit coming. There's the Lyft credit, which I still think they should just give you Lyft Pink and give the 5 times points earning and just call it a day. That would have been a far simpler coupon to me, but is what it is. So yeah, we're just exploring some more Chase credits as things begin to take a little bit more shape. Now, am I saying that this is absolutely happening? No, but there's way more smoke to the fire today than there was a few days ago, is what it is. So just highlighting that. If you like what I do, hit the subscribe button down below. If you want to support me outside of YouTube, consider the pinned comment down below. There is Buy Me a Ko-fi, ways to support me by sending more of your money directly to me, which would be greatly appreciated, but I totally get it. There's also the YouTube membership, $2.99 a month. Become a tidbit collector. You can cancel that at any time. You can subscribe to videos. Appreciate everyone taking the time to watch as long as you have. Talk to you soon. Bye for now, and let's hope that parts of this rumor are still not true. Talk to you soon. Bye.